Today guys, we are talking about John Rahm making the move, and there's a couple of moves that we're going to talk about in this video because there's one reason why you've probably clicked on this title, because there is big rumours about John Rahm maybe going to live, but today we're talking about the club that he has moved into straight away, and that is the new Callaway Odyssey AI1 putters. He has moved into the Rossi putter, he has kept his urethane face. I'm going to talk through what they have done this time with putters in Odyssey, because again, can we make big improvements with a putter? And one big thing, obviously, people have talked about is what AI is going to do in golf. And the big thing that they have worked on here with this putter is to get consistency off the face for speed control. So speed control is the main thing that they have looked to improve on this. And they did say that Callaway did some research, they went through all the stats for John Rahm, and they certainly saw that he lost out on around about £3 million worth with putts that he three-putted from. With the new face, potentially he would have been better with his pace control, being a little bit closer to the hole, so therefore he would have had more chance of holing that out. That could have maybe made him $3 million extra, but the rumours obviously for Live, which we will talk about at the end of this video, is for around about 600 million, so slightly different there, but this is the kind of putts, or that is the kind of putts that John Rahm's been holing since changing over to this. He did move into it in Wentworth, we did see it at the Ryder Cup, and now it is obviously coming out for the everyday golfer. For me, the urethane face is coming in a little bit more affordable, if we can say that, around about £280, but they have now brought out a milled face version, which we'll get to shortly, in a new shape as well, which I do like a lot. But those ones around about £450. So comment below guys, would you pay £450 for a putter, or would you rather put that towards a new driver, a new shaft, or some lessons, a trip? Who knows? We know that everybody is different, but this is the club for me, obviously being a putting specialist, that we do use the most in a round of golf. And for me, I start to see that if you can stop three-putting, if you maybe have 3 or 4 three-putts around, if we can get that down to 1, we're clearly there straight away saving you 3 shots. That's 3 shots off your handicap, whereas if you hit your driver maybe 5 yards further, 2 or 3 yards further for £600, that maybe is not bringing your handicap down. If you're still slicing the ball, if you're still hooking the ball, that's in the trees, that's adding shots to your score. Let's talk about the milled face and the new shape. Before we change over to the milled face, we're going to be talking about the topology and the AI that has been designed. On the white hot faces, we can see we've got this little window here which shows you exactly what it's trying to do. They've differentiated the weight throughout the face after getting a lot of golfers at different standard hitting putts. So hitting a lot of putts, starting to see where we strike the ball on the face, and then they've put a little bit more weight behind that, so we're still getting the ball speed off centered hits, which is the key thing. We want to make sure if you're hitting it on the heel or hitting it on the toe, we're still getting that distance control. And that's exactly the same as what they have done on the new shape, on this new 6T milled one. So we can see that obviously the milled putter here, we've got that nice gold insert in there. So again, something that I didn't think I'd like, obviously a navy blue finish with that gold face, but for me it looks fantastic behind the golf ball. Thank you very much, James. This is top quality work from the cameraman. So we can see that sits nice, a new shape, very much a bit smaller than the Rossi, different neck design, and you'll see on screen all the different ones they have on the range here. But for me, the same thing here. We're starting to get good pace control. This, for example, is a 10-foot putt. A lot of you will be saying, well, I'd expect to make that. Tour average from this distance is 1 in 3. So that maybe is my 1 in 3. Can I beat that? Again, we know that I'm hitting the same putt. But if we look at pace control, pretty good. I beat tour average with there, but is that the right decision for you? Are you going to go milled, a little bit more expensive? Are you going to go urethane? This is for me where it's so important to get fitted. Get the feel off the face, think about your budget, and also what kind of sight lines has it got on there. But let's talk about Live Golf. So guys, we know John Rahm uses this Callaway driver, the triple diamond, but is he going to be using that on Live, or is he still going to be staying on the DP World Tour and the PGA Tour? It's a very interesting point, guys, and I want you to comment below and get involved here. Obviously, would you go for that kind of money? £600 million, we'd all probably say yes, and we're probably going to see maybe that he goes and joins the likes of DJ, Brooks Koepka, and he's still going to be able to play in majors, because after all, obviously he's a current major champion. He's still going to have the eligibility to play in all of those major events, which is after all what all the top players want to do, is play in the majors and have a good life-work balance. Because if you was offered to get a better pay packet as such and get a better life and work balance, is that something that you would go for? Obviously, we've just seen today also that's been released that Bernd Wiesberger, who did go to LIV, unfortunately, I think he was relegated from the relegation system. I don't know all the ins and outs, has now committed back to the DP World Tour. So would you be happy for him to come back? Does it have any effect on you? Are you somebody who watches a lot of European Tour golf, PGA Tour golf, or have you watched LIV golf? Or do you prefer to watch stuff on YouTube that's a little bit more towards you? Whether it's different swings, different people shooting different scores. Is that more your kind of audience? Or is that...
Do you watch Gary Martin golf?
Do you watch Gary Martin golf in his kitchen talking about Temu grips? That's what I really want to know. But guys, obviously those AI putters and the Paradigm driver has been certainly something that has changed golf a little bit this year, has contributed to some wins on the PGA Tour and around the world. Are they clubs that you will go for? Are you looking forward to the new drivers coming out next season? And are you going to be somebody who watches LIV golf next year, or more of the European or PGA Tour golf?